Hey guys, it's Micah from Sapulpa Times. I am sitting here with Taylor McNamara from Macy's Cradle. Taylor, welcome to the show. Thanks for sitting down with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, so Taylor is here. She is a RN for Macy's Cradle, and Macy's Cradle has a great fundraiser that's coming up this weekend. Tell people about that and what's going to be happening.
Yes, so we have a fundraiser this Friday at 5:30. It's one of our two fundraisers for the year. We are 100% donor funded, so we have no extra funding from anywhere else. So we really encourage everybody to help us out. This Friday is at Sohoma Lanes. It's a family-friendly event, so come out and bowl. People can get on our website at macy'scradle.org. And they can sign up there or they can call us to get more information, but they can also just show up the night of if they're interested. You can have a team of 4 or 5 people or more, and you could also just come as an individual if you would like.
Okay, so I know you guys were asking for registrations and stuff, but if somebody's like, "Hey, I just found out about this today. I want to go," that's okay.
Yep, that's all right. Just come
Okay,
on.
good to know. Okay, so let's talk about what Macy's Cradle does. I think in the easiest terms, you guys are a pregnancy crisis center house of sorts, I guess. I don't know. Try and explain this for me.
Yeah, so we are a clinic and we do help in crisis situations, but we also just help in any situation. If there's a pregnant woman who thinks she might be pregnant or just needs resources in that area, she's welcome to come. And we just kind of walk them through a pregnancy test. If that's positive, then we can move forward with ultrasounds. We occasionally do STI testing dependent on the client's needs. And then we have some great options for resources. We have a phenomenal case manager, and she puts our clients in contact with people that might be able to help them further outside of our clinic specific things. And then we also have parenting classes and groups.
Oh,
And
really?
so that's really fun. Some are individual online classes where people who work or can't come to the clinic can do those by phone, by their mobile devices. Or we have people who can come in, and sometimes they come in with father of the baby or a friend, and it's a really big group environment. And that can happen. I think we have them on Tuesday mornings, and then on the second Monday night of every month, we have that big family event. So a
Okay.
lot of really great things going on at Macy's.
Yeah, I didn't know you guys did family-sized type things.
Yeah, we're really branching out.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, so speaking of branching out, you guys just started about 2 years ago.
That's right.
Used to be located in, I think, like a former church building or
Yes.
something that was
Yes.
closer to downtown. Then you moved out to South Main, which is where you're located now. And I was there for the ribbon cutting when we did that. That was awesome. Got the tour of the place, got to meet the owner. I keep forgetting her name.
Yeah, Tamara is our founder.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, and then I've spoken with Jennifer on the phone, and it's been great because I've been saying we got to get you guys on camera so we talk about the fundraiser, just talk about what you guys do. And I remember specifically talking to, I forget who it was. It was in that initial tour, and they were telling me. So I was just asking, do you have any like good stories about women who have come through or something and have maybe changed their decision? And I forget who it was that was talking to me, but they said that it had been very recently that someone had come through and they were considering terminating their pregnancy. And in fact, I think she might have said that they had may have already done that with another pregnancy. I think that's right. And you guys basically just started with a conversation. There was no like protesting, no picket signs, none of
Hey,
that, right? It just
yes.
started with just asking questions.
Yes.
And I think that led to an ultrasound and a heartbeat. And that woman made a different decision because she heard that heartbeat. And so, tell me, is that a typical process or is
Yes,
that
I was going to say I
what
can't put a
happens?
name to that story, just because it is so common, and we have actually tripled the amount of people we are seeing since January of 2025, and then coming into January 2026, we tripled. So
Triple.
we are
Wow.
seeing so many more people. I have a story of my own. Just from last week, I had a client who Creoaks had sent to us, which was awesome. We love that community connection.
Right.
And she went through her appointment and she'd shared some hard things about her past, and we got to the ultrasound room and I was showing her her baby and she was just tearing up and crying, and she told me that she was considering suicide that afternoon, actually had
That
come in.
afternoon. Oh
Yes,
my
that was
gosh.
just this last week. And that one hit me hard because, like I said, we have been getting a lot of great thought I might abort my baby and now I'm not going to, and that's what we want.
Yeah.
But this lady was not only considering ending her own child's life but her own life, and she
Right.
was so hopeless. And that's one thing. We are, a Christian based organization, and we do strive to to share Christ with those that come in. But if they're not accepting of that, we're respectful.
Hmm.
But even the people who come in and say, no, I don't want anything to do with God, they'll fill out an exit survey and they'll tell us, there was just a peace here. I just felt comfortable here.
Wow, that's
Um,
good.
we've had a couple girls who did go ahead and choose abortion for themselves and for their baby. Um, and as heartbreaking as that is, we've had multiple of those girls come back for counseling
After
post-abortive.
that,
Yes, almost immediately. So that relationship we've been building, it's unfortunate it's not the outcome we wanted in that scenario, but
right.
people have the right to make their own choice. And so we just give them as much information and love as we can and just really show them, what we would want to be shown in that situation and help
Yeah.
them with anything that they might possibly need help with. So,
I have to say, I don't want to say it's like shocking or surprising, but I guess it kind of is because I can see a lot of folks who are on this side of that argument. I would say, they're more the pro-life side, but they're really condescending to those who have had that, who have been pro-choice or something, and especially after that, I mean, I think I can think of some personally who would say, "Well, that's you made that decision, and now you have to live with it."
yes.
And the idea of them coming in for counseling or something would have been not very likely. So you guys, I love that you walk through them with every step here,
Yeah.
regardless of the decision they make. I mean,
Yeah.
it shows the
Absolutely.
heart.
Yeah, because it really is just about that individual as well as their baby. That's our goal to save these babies and to be an answer in that problem and try and help them and let God be that answer. But we can't make that choice for them. And so if that's the choice they make, we just want them to know how loved they are, not only by us, but by God. And so I just attribute that to our advocates and the volunteers we have at Macy's Clinic. Every one of them does a great job being kind and compassionate, using that therapeutic communication to make sure people don't feel judged or, just overlooked in that scenario.
Judge or overlooked. That's a good way to put it. Now, Macy's is actually unique in the services you guys provide in this realm, right? I mean, I think
Yes.
most of the time when people think of a crisis pregnancy center, they think of an abortion clinic, like a
Yeah.
Planned Parenthood or
Yes.
something. And you guys are not that at all. And in fact, I think you're one of the very few of these types of organizations that exists in this area, like the only one in Creek County, maybe?
We're
Or
the
what is it?
only OB, not just pro-life or not, or we're the only OB centered clinic in all of Creek County.
Oh,
So
okay.
Creek County is considered like a maternal desert. There is no healthcare for maternity
Oh,
here.
wow.
And we are striving. We have been talking with different hospitals, different people, like let's get some help here because there's people who can't necessarily travel outside of this area to have care. And so we are doing the best we can with our nonprofit donor funded clinic, but people need more access to healthcare here, and that's important to us as well. So
Does that sound like there might be another office or something coming? Like, are you trying to
I
build
don't
it?
know. I think that Tamara Brock, our founder, she has so many amazing ideas and dreams, and so we are just doing it one day at a time. And as those opportunities become available, we definitely will share them if they become concrete. But they're very exciting things coming.
Okay. Can you tell us anything about? I know that there was a time where there was a discussion about something called, I think, Macy's Closet.
Yes.
And is that a thing
That
or is it?
is a thing, and I'm
Okay.
sorry I didn't mention it with our parenting courses, especially. As you kind of complete those parenting courses, whether that be on your own at home or in the group setting that we have, you can start to earn points, and then you can use those points to purchase free things,
Oh, neat.
purchase with your points
Yeah.
inside that closet. And it's actually someone donated a building to us, a small building, and we've put it right next to Macy's Clinic, and it's full of little clothes and diapers and wipes and different things that people might need. And
So those are the things that they're purchasing, and they're not buying a TV or something with this stuff.
no, no, maybe a diaper genie, trash can.
Uh, I had two boys, and we were grateful to have that. That was definitely
Yes.
something I wish I could have got one because they kind of expensive, if I remember right.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's definitely a big reward for the effort that they've put in. Everything that they get in there is a really big reward to them. We actually had, I wasn't there, but I heard report during the board meeting last night. We had one of our clients who had wanted nothing to do with God, was not necessarily for sure about what her intentions were with this pregnancy. And she did choose to keep the baby, and she came home from the hospital and stopped at the clinic last night
Oh, really?
pick up something that she needed that we had for her there. And so, but that's just the amount of turnaround her life has had. She has her own relationship with the Lord now. She's kept her baby. Her father of the baby was there with them, and so they came as a little unit
A great
straight from
thing.
the hospital with
Yeah.
their baby. And that was an awesome moment last night
That
for our board and everybody to be a part of. I wish I'd been there.
Yeah, what a great thing to see. I mean, to literally see the result of your effort that
Yes.
and a changed life and a new life.
Yes.
Do you have any numbers on how many babies have been saved or anything like that, or patients?
You
I know
know,
you.
I could get them for you. I don't
Okay.
have them with me.
Okay.
I can tell you one thing we offer is the abortion pill reversal. And so that's actually a national hotline. And so if people take an abortion pill,
Hmm.
which it's a two-pill system, the first pill will stop giving nutrients to the baby, and the second pill will have the woman expel the baby. And that's the abortion pill, and it can be taken within the first trimester. We actually offer the reversal. So if these women take the first pill, decide, wait, I didn't want to do this. This was a bad decision on my part. They
Yeah.
can call that national hotline. And our nurses at Macy's Clinic are on call 24/7. And if we receive a call, we can get that prescription put out for them at any 24-hour pharmacy. They can pick up that prescription, reverse the abortion, and continue to carry that baby to term, hopefully. And so we have had, I believe, 6 of those calls in the last year that we've been operating under that national hotline.
Wow. I
So
mean, it doesn't really come that much closer to that. I
that's saving. That's life
Yeah.
saving.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Holy cow. Okay. That's a great thing too, because I really kind of, until you told me this, I thought the pill was a done deal.
Exactly. A lot of people do. And it is, especially if you've taken that first pill and it's that decision, within the next 72 hours, it's critical that they take that reversal, which is a progesterone pill. So
Oh,
that's what we send the prescription out for.
okay. Gotcha. Great. Is there anything else that you guys provide that you want to make sure we talk about before we end the show?
Not at this time. Like I said, stay tuned. Definitely, if you can come by the fundraiser, we would love that to have them there to hear more from our founder and we actually have a client testimony that'll be there and from the client herself, which is always really inspiring. So just continue to pray for us at Macy's Clinic, at Macy's
Sure.
Cradle. And if there's any other way that people would want to get involved, volunteering, giving, anything like that, reach out and we'd love to talk more.
Okay. Well, Taylor, I really appreciate you coming and sitting down with me. Thanks very much for sharing the story. Love the work that you guys are doing. I hope you have a great turnout at this fundraiser. Let's remind everybody again, it is happening this coming Friday. What time?
5:30 p.m. at Sohoma Lanes.
Okay, and you can just show up. If you didn't register, you missed the boat on that. That's fine. Just show up and come and learn more about Macy's Cradle. And I don't. Will you be there, Taylor?
I will be there. Yes,
Okay.
me and my whole family. So bring yours out.
All right. You get to meet Taylor and get any questions you have probably answered. And yeah, just really see what this organization is all about. They're really doing some great things in Sapulpa and Olive Creek counties. So we appreciate it. Hopefully, we'll have you guys back real soon.
Yes, that would be great. Thank you, Micah.